South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys.
Did you know it? Did you know the intro?
I've never watched an episode.
Bro.
Sorry.
From my own brother, dude. Doesn't even.
You show me enough clips.
Doesn't know the theme
I get my
song.
fill.
Damn.
I do know the theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little theme song there, dude.
Yeah. That's how we start every pod, though. For really no reason. We just, I think the first time we did an episode, we just sung from our hearts.
Yeah, and sometimes if you get a good breeze in the night, you can hear other people chime right in with it as we start. It's kind of like our bat signal. It just wakes up a lot of meth heads.
People have, like, I've had friends of mine who, their wives will say, like, yeah, I just walked in and at some point he just started singing to himself, South Jersey bad boys. So it's a catchy jingle.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's simple. It's to the point.
It is awfully nice. Nothing will beat your friend chasing me down in the airport, though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think I probably told you that one where I'm like at one of the Chickies and Pete's bar in the airport, and this girl's running over holding up her phone. She's out of breath. She's like, you know, and then she just holds up her phone, and it was one of our clips playing on Instagram, and I'm like, she's like, hey, she's like pointing at me in the camera, and I'm like, yeah. She's
why
like,
was she so out of breath?
I went through security, and she's like, I saw you in security. I had to chase you down. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of concerning if someone's chasing somebody like that in an airport. Yeah. But I was like, oh, so like you're a fan? And she's like, nah, I know Brendan. I was like, oh, okay.
It was Sarah.
Oh, Sarah Mariana?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, you know, we get some, it happens. We get in public.
Yeah, but we've been trying to get the elusive Sean Donegan on the pod. We finally got him.
Finally
Slipped
locked
it on
down.
in. Yeah.
What's been the holdup?
Just the work schedule. You used to get done at 8 o'clock at night, and you guys start at 8. So
I will say though, you know, like, because we have wanted the pod to be like, we always have comedians on because that's what we see all the time. But like, we just want our regular friends and family to just come on so that it's just exactly this. You're just a fly on the wall as we're having a conversation down the basement.
Yeah. We got Debbie Does Dallas playing on the screen.
That's right.
And
we had the Replacements on. It was pretty good.
Replacements is so good, dude.
What's the What's
With Keanu?
All right, Dan, I want to test your movie knowledge.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be.
Well, he doesn't even know. Dude.
I don't even know that one.
You never seen the Replacements?
Oh, never mind.
it's
Never
so
mind.
good, dude.
I was going to ask what year it came out.
We'll give him a guess anyways. So it's Keanu.
It's Keanu.
He looks real good.
It's old Keanu.
Old Keanu. Ooh, I'm thinking like 04.
Close.
2000.
2000. All right.
But dude, you got to watch it. It's basically the NFL teams go on strike, and they have the replacements come in, and Keanu's the replacement quarterback. So it's this team of misfits that come in, and they actually kind of band together, and with teamwork, they do an incredible job.
Damn, it sounds like a real uplifting story. Does he like pull out like, wasn't he the guy that played John Wick? Does he pull out any guns at all? Start shooting people? Start fucking blasting?
I don't know if there's any blast. They do go to jail at one point.
That's a great scene.
Yeah, and then they do. They sing to.
We'll survive.
First I was afraid, I was petrified.
In jail?
In jail, yeah. They do a little jig in
Karaoke
jail.
night?
And then their coach comes and bails them out. Dude, you gotta see it. It's so
I gotta
fucking
watch
good.
it. What is it on the
It's on
The,
TNT at TBS. That's
TNT? Hell
It's Jon Favreau, Keanu Reeves, Roy from The Office plays a deaf tight end. He's fucking nice, dude. He's so good. There's a big fat sumo wrestler who's like the lineman that they bring in. It's awesome.
Damn.
You brought up the deaf player. I remember Mr. Lavelle. You remember him? He used to be the substitute teacher at St. Rose.
Yes.
Anyway, he used to tell us a story. He's like, the hardest team we ever played in football was the deaf team because they were 2 years older than us because they were behind and they couldn't hear the whistle.
They never jumped off sides.
Their bottles were 2 seconds long.
Yeah, they had all the signals.
It was just a hand signal. It's like, we're going with one. And
They never would jump off sides.
Nope.
That's good. Dude, yeah.
There's got to be
football team.
advantage.
Yeah.
It'd be like the Houston Astros of baseball. It'd be like, hey, we're stealing our signs. We're trying to hold up a number 2. We're running number 2. They have 5 plays.
They're all sick. They're like Navy SEAls out there. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. You know what I just saw the other night? Now, I'm in this. It's so funny. I don't know why. After work, I'm like wrapping up work. Rachel, for some reason, I guess whatever she's watching on the TV eventually turns into the news, and she's just starting to start sounding like an old man. She just starts bitching about what's on the local news.
That is both of you guys.
Yeah, we're like 2 peas in a
entire
pod.
Relationship.
Yeah, she's like, what are they doing in that town for? Like shit like that.
At least she's getting like more general news. You're locked into like local municipality news of South Jersey. You're like,
I'm into
you
like
see Egg Harbor Township, what they're doing down there with the street roads.
They say it's what you got to pay attention to if you really care.
Don't
So I'll trust
hype up
Dan.
right
I'll trust Dan.
Yeah.
Tell me who to vote for, Dan.
Dan will be fully on board with you saying that.
Yeah, dude. I'm probably going to run for county alderman at some point. It's coming.
Yeah.
But there was a story that came on the news the other day of a blind color commentator for the what's the Sixers G League team, the Minutemen, down in
Sounds
Delaware.
Sounds like
right.
me in high
Yeah.
school.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that come fast? Minuteman.
Yeah. So you got a shot on this team, dude. They need a point guard. They need a point guard. Might be the only white, but they need a point guard. You need a diversity hire.
Right.
So they there's a color commentator who's a freshman at Rowan, and he wants to get into sports broadcasting. It's literally a blind color commentator. He's sitting at the table, and he's just like, I just kind of go off what I hear. And I'm
Feels
like,
the vibe.
I was like, you hear a whistle. How can you comment on what happened? And
Is this
literally,
a real thing?
They in the video of the broadcast, they show him at work, and a whistle blows, and he's just like, somebody blew a whistle for some reason there.
He's like, bro, you're not Daredevil. You have to have better. You got to be able to pick up better stuff than this. He just hears like somebody slam on the rim. He's like, I think it was a dunk.
See, like he could do sports. He could, but it would have to be baseball. You could hear baseball, and you know who's up.
Right.
Yeah.
At bat.
Yeah.
Any sport though, it's like, okay, you hear the crack of the bat, but then you're like, I don't know if I got caught. Like, you gotta,
Yeah.
You would just have to go after the crowd noise, I guess.
Yeah.
But in basketball too, like what the audacity of naming him a color commentator? He can't fucking see anything but black. It's just
Yeah, because of the diversity on the team, or
a little bit of no, dude. He's sitting at that table, so you get some sweaty guys running by. He's like, oh yeah, that's a guy from Cumberland County. Yep.
It's so funny. Like whenever somebody has like a huge disadvantage or disability, and then they get into something where it's like, how did they overcome the odds of being a sports broadcaster, or like there's the one kid who's an unbelievable basketball player with one arm.
Yeah.
He's so fucking good.
I've seen the
dude,
clips of that kid.
If you could get that good at that big of a disadvantage, I'm like, maybe.
Imagine if you had 2 hands.
Yeah.
You'd be so good.
Or just like go into something where it's not so much. You're picking the hardest thing for the disability that you have.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
have one arm. You're picking basketball, soccer, dude. You could have been an unbelievable soccer player.
Yeah. And that's why the same exact thing with that profession. I was like, you went to the one profession where you need to talk to people about what you're seeing happen on the court. And
Guys love a challenge, man.
Yeah. Bitches be shopping.
Doesn't apply. Dan's just saying random phrases. Yeah. Bitches be shopping.
Yeah.
You know how I do.
It's really coming down out there.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we have a blood relative on the program, though.
I think so. Well, we've had Rachel on.
Well, she's not blood related, though. She's just by marriage.
I thought that was your sister.
Yeah. Hey, so don't talk about his sister wife like that. Come on.
But yeah, I don't think we've ever had a relative on. We got the brother Donegan on.
Yeah,
the elusive
dude.
brother Donegan.
The elusive.
I've tried to get friends and family on, and most of them are down when you first ask them. But then when you're like, hey, we're doing it on Thursday, most people will back out. But Sean, you held your ground, and you said, I'm coming through.
Yeah.
I showed up.
You showed up. You came out. What was it like growing up in the Donegan household with Brendan? Like, what's like the dumbest shit that he did?
Me and Sean never really got into it. Like, me and Colleen, my younger sister.
Oh, yeah, they were nemesis.
We were rivals and we kind of battled. Sean was a pretty peaceful figure in the household. Pretty peaceful older brother. It wasn't the classic, like, older brother beating up on you situation.
Oh, that's
It's pretty peaceful, I would say.
pretty peaceful. It was just your sister beating up on you?
Just me beating up on my sister.
Yeah, it was mostly me and Brendan playing games and me getting in trouble because I wouldn't let him in or would let him win. Or
Oh, yeah.
I remember remember we used to battle in Super Smash Bros.
Oof.
And Sean was
And-
unbelievable at Super Smash Brothers. And I would just...
What system did you have? An N64?
This was
Oh, yeah.
N64 days.
Where were you,
And
Dan?
I-
PlayStation guy?
Oh, no, I had a fucking GameCube.
Oh, okay.
Gay, dude.
My parents were poor.
Gay cube.
Yeah.
But Sean would beat me so bad in Super Smash Bros. I would just cry because I'm like, I can't win.
Holy
There's
shit.
nothing I could do.
That's incredible.
But then we eventually got PS2. PS2 was nice.
I did have PS. That was when I finally got out of the GameCube, convinced my parents to get the slim PS2. Got that, and yeah.
PS2 was like the first.
That's probably the system of all time, like the OG. The
because
best.
it went from N64 to like the transitional jump from N64 to PS2 was so wild.
It was a
All of sudden you
lot.
had Grand
That was
Theft Auto.
like a whole like upgrade. That
Yeah.
Yeah, you went from like Donkey Kong to
Vice
Grand
City.
Theft Auto,
Yeah.
Vice City. I
Yeah.
think so, right? That was PS2.
Vice City was,
Mhm.
yeah. Yep. I remember we would play that. And now GTA 6 is finally coming out this year. I might need to get a new Xbox. I haven't played video games in 4 or 5 years, but
I know. I still keep
because
mine
they're
around.
addicting, and you should not.
yeah.
Do you still game at all, Sean?
No, it's such a time suck.
Yeah,
It is.
that's the one thing that it gets you. It's like you want it and it's a blast, but you know, as soon as you crack it on, like there goes. You just
And
can't afford to lose that much time anymore.
I still have the system, so like if I do buy a game, it has to have the story mode and an end. Like it can't
Yeah.
be like
Online.
those open,
Open map.
like
Yeah.
Skyrim, which would take like 70 hours to
Yes.
complete, or 700 or whatever.
I don't like those. Like I need direction too. I need to be told what is the objective. Like to your point, like I need to know when I'm getting out of here.
I need the tutorials throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'll just be roaming around and just like
Yeah.
you know trying to figure out stuff to do.
Most of my the discs I have don't even work in Xbox. Like I have the disc thing, and they're just like not even. I think like
You
newer
have
ones.
the original Xbox, not like Xbox One.
No, I have Xbox One. It's
Oh,
like the black
gotcha.
one. I think I had maybe they were older ones, like they were from 360, and they don't play on it anymore. They
Yeah.
used to, something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to probably upgrade when that new GTA comes out.
Me and the fellas were on Halo on the Xbox One for a while.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and that's great too because you can play online and it's like pickup games.
Yeah.
So like if I am gonna play, I like something like that. I'll pick one game. I mean, I haven't played in a while, but I was on like when Jack was first born, and like when you're just up all night because you're just feeding him and stuff, and you got some downtime. It's actually pretty sweet time to dip back into the video games.
Yeah.
So I was just up all night playing this Assassin's Creed Viking game. It's
Yeah.
fucking sweet.
It's like the pirate ships, right?
Yeah, it's like you're a
Yeah.
Viking on a ship going into just pillaging villages and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Good old pillaging. Back when boys could be boys.
Just went back when boys were having fun, dude.
That's what they said. They used to take mushrooms and like just kill people.
Yeah.
It's a
Really?
wild life.
Like,
Yeah,
they
the
have that
Vikings.
in the video game too. It's like you can like take wild mushrooms.
Is this
and
in
just
was
chop
it
people's
Viking
head
or
off.
pirate one?
Well, I
There
think
is a pirate one.
I played the pirate one. That's why I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Dude,
but there's
they're
a
awesome.
Viking one.
There's a Viking
Fuck,
one that's
dude.
all. That's the only one I've played. But there's so much.
The
to
Vikings
do.
are hot right now.
Vikings are big.
They are big right now.
Is there a good Viking show out right now?
Yeah, Vikings is
There's
great.
one on. There's
that
one
good,
on
though?
Netflix.
It's good.
It's good.
Is that the one that has
It's
the?
with the main character is Ragnar Lothbrok.
There you
Okay.
go.
Ragnar.
Real life Viking.
Damn. So he's like a legit Viking.
It's just a Viking in real life.
Yeah.
We got another
Look
guest.
who it
This
is.
is Graham's first
We
appearance.
got the whole
on the program.
family.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, get on up. Call him up, Sean.
Get him on up here.
This is damn. I mean,
He's got camo for the couch too, dude.
I think objectively speaking, he might be the cutest dog of all time.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I mean, you got
he's got a whole fucking.
the portrait.
He's the king,
got a
man.
portrait up there.
Sir Gramsci Bolton, first of his name, protector of thrones, watcher of all windows, heir to the Donegan throne.
Yeah, that's his full name.
There we
Yeah, that's hot damn.
Dude, the boys are just chilling tonight.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Graham. Man.
But yeah, I would say it was pretty peaceful growing up, Sean. You know,
Wow, yeah,
amongst there's no rivalries between us.
not really. I mean,
Sean's
with
a
the
pretty chill
games,
dude.
yeah, I don't really care.
I would say you're very laid back,
All right,
right?
sure.
Hell yeah.
What's your impression? You would agree with that, right?
Yeah, I would say that.
Pretty
Yeah.
laid back guy.
Yeah, pretty laid back guy. Hey, would you buy him alcohol when you turn 21 first?
Yeah,
Really? Fuck.
helped him
Think
out.
So probably a couple times.
Handful.
Yeah.
Damn.
Your friends were always getting me into trouble.
Oh my gosh! Remember when you went down the shore house?
Yeah, we
I
did.
was afraid. I was
Guess
like,
the whippets?
I might have lost them.
that is probably to date the most fucked up I've ever been in my life.
What'd you do?
So Sean was
He
a
participated in
senior.
the Beer Olympics.
Yeah.
For
Sean
like
was
your
a-
senior year in high school?
Yeah.
Sean was a senior when I was a freshman.
Oh shit!
So
You went down
Sean-
there at a ripe 14.
Yeah, so Sean had a shore house down the wall. Like that's what we would do. You know, we've talked about
You had a
this.
shore house at 18?
Yeah, it was
Wait,
cool.
what?
So did
I don't.
yeah.
I cannot. Looking back, I cannot believe
thought
my
you were
parents let
Yeah,
that happen.
We all used to do that when we would graduate high
What the
school.
fuck?
That was the thing. You and a bunch of guys would just get your own house down the shore of Wildwood.
Oh, like yeah, like after like I never did that, but that's fucking sweet. In
Yeah.
high school, you would do that every summer. So when you graduated, or
I just did it the last year, senior year after high school. That was
yeah,
it.
graduating high school, going into college.
Oh,
The guys did do other years, but I was just on the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish. I
But
did
so
that.
they did like a big beer Olympics.
Yeah.
And like they were just all degenerates, dude. Like
Who
Well,
showed
we-
up as Germany?
Well, like you came down, it was July, so like we had like a full like 2 months of like practice of drinking every night. So like the tolerance was just so high.
and dude,
Yeah.
just back then, like in high school, all you did, like I think culture has changed. Is starting to change. Like I don't know if high school kids are still like this, but like I'm sure it was like this with you. All you did was drink or try to find a place to go drink. Drink it in the woods.
I didn't drink till my senior prom. Yeah, I'm not. I did
So
all
I
this.
guess it was just us.
Yeah, no, it was just me doing stupid shit sober, but you guys were getting all fucked up.
We got
Yeah.
so much of it.
I
out of
really
our
wish I
system. By the
didn't.
time I got to college, I was like, I can kind of like reel it back a little bit.
Dude, it's insane when I think about it because I didn't drink until my senior prom that weekend, and then didn't again until after finals week at the end of my freshman year. So like I didn't really drink
Man.
until I was maybe a sophomore in college.
Were people around you drinking though?
Yeah. I just I didn't have like an older sibling that would buy me alcohol. I didn't know anybody who did, or
You were dipping into some other stuff.
Oh yeah, I did cocaine before I ever smoked weed, but
You act like that is so much crazier.
that was in college too. Summer
Right,
when I was
right.
in college sometime. Yeah,
Yeah, not in high school.
we saw this feller named
Well, Dan
DB.
has shit to do in college. You
Yeah.
know, you don't need
I was
that
out
weed.
there studying,
Yeah.
I had to get a C- in psychology. I was
Yeah.
fucking, yeah.
But they got me so fucked up. So everyone that he lived with, like you're just in such a degenerate stage, dude. And it was the classic like upperclassmen. We got a fucking pussy freshman. We're gonna make him drink so much. So every time they just had a bunch of games set up: beer pong, flip cup, whatever, washers, whatever it was, we were all playing. Every time you would lose with your partner, you'd have to finish a pitcher of beer while you're drinking throughout the games.
Oh,
and,
shit.
And so I lost every single time. So I must have drank between me and my partner who knows, 6 pitchers of beer. They had me doing shots of like Jack Daniels throughout the night, which I had never done before.
Holy shit.
I think I puked for 24 hours straight the next day.
Jesus Christ.
I
Did you
woke
get
up-
alcohol poisoning or something?
I might as well have. I woke up with puke just next to me.
Damn.
Just threw up in my sleep.
I don't think I've ever been that
To this date, I don't think I've never been that fucked up in my life.
That's rough.
I remember and that was like my first hangover. I was like,
Damn.
why would anybody do this? The worst hangover, first hangover I had, and the worst hangover I've ever had.
Damn. Did you at least get to finger a chick or?
No, I was just a blacked out, fucking skinny, like 130-pound freshman, just walking around. People are just
Damn, you didn't even get
feeding me
that to
shots.
grab a titty or anything either?
I mean, maybe
Jesus.
I did. It was probably a guy's tit.
Under the shirt
there
or
was
over
some
the
guy
shirt?
tits in there, so could have.
Definitely a lot of.
Gotta
guy
be a
tits
lot of
going
guy
on.
tits in Wildwood.
It was just like a classic dirty guy's shore house.
It was one. So it was it was like a quadplex. So it was like it was separated. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was just all like high school kids in each unit.
Jesus.
And it was just not a smart idea for whoever rented that house.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a fucking liability.
It was so bad.
If you rent shore houses to 18-year-old kids, though, that's totally on you.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or you're weird.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough if you have a shore house and you have it listed like in the springtime or something like that, and like prom weekends and all that type
Yeah.
of shit. But
Yeah.
that's like long term. Like you would think somebody would at least like keep it together, but you never fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I couldn't imagine renting out to teenagers for that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just all you would do. You would get jobs down there and you would drink every single night for 90 days straight.
Yeah, it was 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms, 8 dudes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just packed it in
It's
every
nothing but
weekend.
fucking dudes and French Canadians that you brought back from Corv's Bros or
A lot
whatever.
of French Canadians. Yes,
Why is that the thing? Why is
I have
don't
no
know.
it's like
idea.
the big destination in Quebec? They're like, you guys think of Wildwood?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, how'd you guys even hear about this place?
It's crazy how many people like that can hardly speak English that came into the U.S. on vacation and they'll go right to Atlantic City because they'll be like, we heard about Atlantic City. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
it's the
guys.
most insane beach. Have you guys ever hung out on the beach in Atlantic City? Like,
Maybe once. It's so bad.
It's crazy.
I feel
Atlantic
like it's
City
just
in
like
general.
anytime I go to Atlantic City, it's just automatically overcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just that's the vibe.
That's true.
Yeah.
You've never been on the beach. in
I've been on
Atlantic
the
City.
beach and it's always overcast and like
No,
or
that's what
super
I mean.
windy.
It's never been a sunny day on
It's
the beach.
never
in
nice
Atlantic
You
in
could go
Atlantic
right
City.
over to Margate and it's
Right.
like, tropical
You're like,
weather.
oh.
It's never
the hell?
sunny in Atlantic City.
Yeah. It could be our spin-off show. You can get
That's
that on
right.
public access.
Mhm.
Right,
Go
Graham,
ahead.
you coming up here?
Bring your bone.
Oh, he smelled you, Dan.
Yeah, Atlantic City is way better on TV, Boardwalk Empire specifically.
It's funny that is foreigners' version of America. They get here thinking like United States.
Yeah,
they get to like Wildwood or Atlantic City and they're like, this is not what I pictured at all.
Yeah, it's like terrifying if you've never been there. Into the U.S. at all. Could you imagine your first time in this country and you go to Atlantic City? Like, Atlantic City's got the entire like country's best interests and all the, that's America to a T right there.
Yeah.
You're not missing anything else.
Right.
Yeah, I did like hanging out with that homeless guy there though one time. I remember.
Yeah.
Talked about that before. Kevin the Bum, rest in peace. There's no way he's still alive.
Yeah, you love reminiscing about your old AC days though.
Yeah, old AC days were a good old time. Rachel was down in Brigantine because she went to Stockton. Where did you go?
University of the Sciences, which is extinct now.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
now
that's
called
right.
Yeah, it got bought by St. Joe's. Gone.
Oh, so it's just now called St. Joe's.
Yeah. But they don't even have the campus anymore. I think they just bought the programs.
So what did they do with that campus?
I don't know.
But
Really?
is it now like the art stuff under St. Joe's, like what they offer?
I guess.
Huh.
Like they just bought the program and all of like their
I
resources.
I don't believe that they're using any of the facilities in West Philly.
What?
So it's just like a ghost town,
I
or
wonder if they
or
could
if
just
they're
use
selling
that
it off.
for housing.
probably. There's a lot of nice buildings.
Yeah.
Damn. So
But then, like, the reason that you live there is because of the school, though.
What
So
are
it's
they
like,
doing with colleges in Philly? I mean, University of Arts, they just like they're.
oh yeah,
The
what was
next
that
semester
scandal?
they were just like, "Hey guys, we're just gonna close down."
And they didn't
Yeah.
tell anybody.
They didn't tell anybody, and they just shut down the fucking school.
That's
St.
pretty
Joe's
wild.
just buys your school, and then the campus is still there. Kids from University of Penn are shooting fucking CEOs from insurance companies. Like, what's going on with Philly colleges? dude?
yeah. Nothing fucking ever happening in Temple or Drexel other than shootings and I don't know. You don't really hear much coming out of there.
Temple is
Yeah.
a dicey neighborhood.
Yeah. I didn't even get into Temple. I remember I applied.
Yeah, I don't know if I did either. I didn't get into St. Joe's. I got waitlisted. I applied to like 3 schools. I applied to like St. Joe's, Rowan, which I got waitlisted at both. And then
yeah.
I got into Scranton and LaSalle, and I was like, I'm going to go to Scranton.
Oh, you got into LaSalle too?
Yeah, I think I applied to 2, got into the one I liked, and went
Yeah,
there.
And that was that. Yeah. Yeah. I only got into it. I applied to 3 as well. So
I remember thinking I had these big plans. I'm like, dude, I'm going to go to like a school in Florida. I'm going to get crazy and party and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, how am I going to do that? Like, I cannot pay to go live in Florida. I've never even been there.
I'm gonna get more fucked up than I did that summer after freshman year.
Yeah, I would have been in rehab, dude.
Yeah.
If I went to college in Florida.
I did the same thing. I applied to Hawaii Pacific University.
Did you?
And
That's such a high schooler move. They go, I'm gonna apply to Hawaii.
yeah,
school.
dude. I was wearing the shell necklaces and everything.
Yeah, the
like
puka shell?
Yeah, the puka shell. The skimboarding down at the shore. Yeah, I was fucking into it.
As
dude.
if Hawaiians are like skimboarding. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, they're out there skimboarding. I got the same complexion. I'm just like, yeah, guys.
But can
Yeah,
you imagine if
basically.
you did pick somewhere really cool like Hawaii? I mean, that would be so
Yeah,
fucking
dude, I would
awesome.
recreate rocket power. I would
Yeah.
be fucking living the dream.
And when you think about it, that's probably the only realistic time in your life where maybe you could pull that off.
Yeah,
Because you're just taking out loans for school anyways.
yeah, it's true. I applied to Pepperdine as well. Pepperdine's out in Malibu. Well, I don't know if it's there anymore, but it's
God.
it's literally on the Pacific Coast Highway. And when I visited LA by myself, like maybe almost 10 years ago at this point, I rented like some brand new Corvette Stingray.
By
I was just
yourself?
like, yeah, by myself. I'm like, I'm so fucking cool.
Weird move.
Ballin'.
Yeah, I just rented a Corvette and I was going up the PCH and I saw Pepperdine and I
Were
was
you trying
like,
to catch some pussy, dude?
dude, I was fucking all
Why would
over
you
the
not?
place.
You have a
Yeah.
Corvette.
Yeah. I was going in and they have a gate at the university there and I was just like, oh, I'm just visiting. And the guy's like,
Hang on. So you rented a Corvette in LA by yourself
Yep.
and then went to go check out a college.
I was
guess
driving. I
You
was
were
dri-
also 10 years younger.
Yeah, and I was driving at the PCH, and I was like, "Oh, that's Pepperdine. I applied there." So I go in the gates, and the guy just popped it right open. I was like, "I'm just gonna look around." He's like, "All right." I just drove.
Just did a little tour.
Yeah, dude, and it's like up in the hill, like you can oversee the entire Pacific. I did the OJ drive after that. I went through Brentwood and did the drive that he did the night after the
Really?
murders. Yeah, you can like follow the whole thing on like I shot a thing on my GPS for
You're a
it.
big OJ historian, too.
Too bad you didn't
yeah.
have a white Bronco, huh?
I know. If I had a white Bronco, I would have snapped some lady's neck.
I'm glad they brought back the Bronco.
It is
Those ones
nice,
are
though,
sweet.
right?
New Broncos are nice.
Didn't you see the toy that
It's
they
a shame
had?
they couldn't bring back Nicole Brown.
It's a shame they couldn't bring justice to their families.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Did you see the toy, like the kids Bronco that they had in Target?
No.
They had, like, you know, the one that you can, like, drive around on or
Sure.
whatever. They had one of those in there, and the box literally had a small African-American kid with a white woman in the car of the Bronco. I'm about 1,000% serious.
Pull it up.
Pull it up.
No way.
Dude, they had it on there, and it was just, I got to search for it right now because it's...
Did you see all those fake conspiracies when the Juice died this past year that he
Yeah.
like had actually told the real story to? It turns out I don't think any of it was real, but that he had like told his friend in confidence like what he really did that night. But man, you would love
Yeah,
to
he
know.
killed his wife.
Yeah. Right, you're like, Juice, we know. Everybody knows. That's
Fuck, what happened to it? I gotta
what
find
do you
it.
guys
I know.
think happened with these LA fires?
I think they were willfully unprepared for where there's a fire every single year.
Do you think it was well, I guess pretty confirmed that it's been arson, right? I mean, I haven't really been.
There were a couple arsons, I know that. Yeah.
But like, yeah, has that been confirmed? Has it been like the fires were starting and then people were just weirdly pitching in, or do they think that it all was a coordinated effort started by arsonists?
Oh, I didn't hear anything about it. Yeah,
I've just been hearing theories, but it's too tough to, sift through all the conspiracy theories online where you go, what's real and what's not.
I mean, I don't even think you can fart outside in California with the weather the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
you
those
can't
winds get
fart.
going.
I think Gavin Newsom outlawed it. Too,
He did.
It could start a fire.
There is a new ordinance. If you keep on farting, it's helping save the life of some like hummingbird or something.
I'd be
Yeah.
screwed. Dude.
I can't understand how they didn't have water in the hydrants. What the fuck are they for?
Yeah, the hydrants, the reservoir. I saw that he had the largest dam removal project in world history that he did a few years ago, where they took out an entire dam so that they could. I think that was where they were pushing water out from Oregon down out into the ocean. And he got rid of a dam that like would be used for water for fire hydrants.
Why would he do that?
Yeah, there's so many things like that I see on there. It's just like, oh, we met with indigenous people and we saved the species of this 3-inch fish. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then I saw like the fire department, they held a meeting like 30 days prior to all of the fires happening. They were like, you guys have cut all of this funding so much. This is a horrible, horrible idea with the, with what could happen. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're legit out there. The firefighters out there, you should probably listen to them.
yeah.
Yeah. It's great when we were bitching here about the fires that are happening in the Pine Barrens or whatever. You can go outside. It smells a little smoky today.
Yeah.
Someone should get a hold of that. There was like way too many weeks. We were in a drought for a while here.
Do
It's
you think
fucking
LA's
nuts, too.
done, dude? Sean's been saying that Texas is the new Republican Hollywood.
I think so.
Kind of is.
I agree.
There's a lot of Californians that move into
Everyone's
Austin
gonna
and
go
cities.
there.
Yeah.
People are done with LA. and you
It's
don't need to
free.
be there
Do they have
anymore.
they don't have an income tax, do they?
No income tax. I think
That's
the
great.
property taxes are high, but I think it's offset by the fact that there's no income tax.
There was no income tax there? Oh.
Yeah, that's why they all fucking moved there.
That's why they all, yeah.
I
It's way better
visited,
than California. It's probably 14% or something.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I visited Austin years ago. It was great.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it as crazy in there with the like crazy homeless people mixed with like
Well,
artists?
What were you doing in Austin?
I visited Dan
Oh, that's
Perzicki
right.
out there. Yeah. This was like 10 years ago probably now, but he was out there doing like a pharmacy residency, my buddy, and yeah, we just visited. He just took me to bars. It wasn't like Rogan or anybody was there yet.
Yeah,
but-
because this was all before that.
Before the pandemic. Yeah.
We should make a trip out there. I would love to go check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be a good time. Yeah. Seems like everybody's flocking there. Even comedians, whoever, people from California.
If I was from LA and living there, with the amount that it costs to live there, with the fires that are happening, and just with like the people in general,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I would for sure move to Texas
Yeah.
at this point.
Have you ever been anywhere in Texas?
No.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't
saying if
either.
I was in an LA person,
Yeah.
I like being on the East Coast, and like who knows, maybe I would like Austin. I've never been there, but I like being on the East Coast. We're close to everything over here, but
Yeah. I did see they're doing a benefit concert. They're calling it Fire Aid. Like Katy Perry, Jelly Roll, like anybody who's in Billie Eilish, like all these people are on this huge thing that they're doing some concert
Man.
out there. But yeah, they don't
Fire
never-
AIDS,
Fire Aids. Yep, they never miss an opportunity to get up there.
man, should have had Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
Yikes! Too soon, guys.
yeah. What was the that was Live Aid in, was it 1980? Because they had one in
Yeah,
Philly,
no,
right?
no pun intended. Live Aid.
Well, no, it was the one that was in Philly. It wasn't. There was one later in like 2000 something. What
Yeah, I
was
remember that
for?
one. I can't remember it, but I do remember it.
Yeah, there was like two separate ones.
I don't remember what it was for.
what
But
the occasion was.
what was the cause?
What was the cause?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it was big. Right? It was like Pearl Jam and
Yeah, it was kind of like, it was massive. I forget what it was.
I think it was 8 different venues. It was Live 8 instead of Live Aid.
Oh, that's what it was. Live 8. Yeah, Bon Jovi was there. Fuck yeah.
Tommy used to have some AIDS.
He's doing a remix to.
Union went on strike. They said no more gays today.
Hell yeah. We have to become parody artists. I can
that-
get back
that-
to my
that's
Seeger
your dream.
parody songs. Yeah, that's
Your
my
dream.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of fucking Workaholics, dude. You remind me of Adam Devine. Anybody tell you that?
Dude, he's my hero. I absolutely love Adam Devine.
He just does shit in the show that I'm just.
He's first of all, Workaholics. When that shit came out in college, that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, Sean. I mean, not so much now because Sean has lost like 80 pounds and got fucking jacked. When Sean was like in his chubby stage, he was Adam Devine to a T.
Really?
If you put a side by side picture
what they say.
of Sean and Adam Devine,
Oh,
Sean
yeah, I can
without
see
the
it.
beard, if he's clean shaven, and when he was chubbier, they were twins, dude.
Dude, I can kind of see it. I saw it in your face too, but now I can see it
Yeah.
in his. Yeah.
But I think he's so fucking funny.
I was just watching The Righteous Gemstones recently
I
that
heard
he's
that's
in.
really good.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
I have not seen that either. What
It's,
is that?
anything with Danny McBride, he just cracks me the fuck up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I heard that's really funny. I actually haven't watched that, but dude, the one Workaholics episode that I remember we were watching in college, and I don't know if I've ever laughed harder, is they do a back to when they all met episode,
Mhm.
which I think they were like in
Oh
college.
yeah,
going
I
to
remember
college.
that episode.
And then Adam is like, he's banging some shit.
On the high dive.
High dive, and he bangs her off the high dive, and then he jumps in after. He's like, "This is my life." Dude, it's so funny.
Yeah, we're
I'll-
watching it. We'll go back and find these old shows, sitcoms, whatever it is, and just start from the beginning. If they have the full series on there, and we'll just go right through it. So that's what we're doing with Workaholics right now.
It's
So,
just
yeah.
total like good time, bro. It's kind of like what Tires is now. I feel like every
Yeah.
like 10 years you get a really funny new crew of guys that can kind of capture like a college party guy
Yeah, for sure.
energy. You kind of have that with the Tires guys. The Workaholics guys were big when we were coming up. Then
Yeah.
there was like, Rogan, all of those dudes. Seth Rogen and all that.
Yeah.
Super bad crew before that.
Yeah. Now you just don't make those movies anymore.
Dude, I remember when
They don't make any movies anymore. It's
Yeah,
crazy
Yeah, they just don't
compared
make
to what they used to.
Yeah. Yeah. They went out and saw that Nosferatu movie. I started going to the movie theater.
And
Dude, last year, I went to the movie theater like 4 times. I didn't know they had seats that fucking recline.
oh yeah, baby.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, you fall asleep there.
You could, yeah. There's none of the movie theaters I grew up going to. They were
Especially
just,
after you jack it, dude.
yeah. It's like the sticky floors ain't from the popcorn. Yeah.
It's going to be dead. Cop's going to come over, knock on your head. Excuse me, sir.
I gotta pull my fucking pants
Has to
up.
get out of here.
Yeah.
You with anybody? Nope. Looks like he's by himself.
It's by itself matinee for Moana 2. Yeah.
A little strange. What's the last thing you've seen in theaters? What was the movie?
It was Nosferatu. Have you seen
Vampire movie,
It's a
yeah.
vampire. It's like the.
Any good?
It was pretty good. Yeah, dude. There's a fucking.
Is Johnny Depp's daughter in that?
No, not what's that?
Is it Johnny Depp's daughter in that one?
Yeah. She played one of the main characters.
Oh, really?
I had no idea what it was. I saw it with Jimbo Slice.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
just a
We just
little
go.
date?
We just went to.
You and Jim went and saw a vampire movie
Rachel
together.
and Kelsey were there too.
Thank God, dude.
It would be funny if it was just Jim and I, though,
It's
right?
like, wait, you and Jim just sitting together, holding hands.
We
watching a
would,
vampire
dude.
movie?
We would, yeah.
You're like, this is so hot.
Yeah, so we saw that, and it was kind of like
Pretty good though.
Dracula in a way. Yeah, it was good. I thought it was good, like the fucking just the visual effects of it, the makeup, everything. Is you got this guy that just basically looks dead type of thing, and it's
I
out.
think
Like
vamps are making a comeback.
I think I hate all those other vampire-esque movies. What are they, Twilight and shit like
Yeah.
that? I never watched any of that stuff
They
for
had a
vampire
moment,
things,
man.
but
I watched True Blood on
Yeah, people
HBO.
love True Blood.
oh, I thought that was a true crime show.
But
Is it a
that-
vampire show?
Yeah, it's a vampire show.
Yeah, I remember people really like True Blood. Twilight was obviously big back in the day. There was like a period where vampires were real hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the sexy vampire, like bunch of pale white guys. They kind of look like vampires. It was
Yeah.
like that was the thing.
Yeah.
That was
Then they
always was my
shifted.
unintended look that always come.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
vampire.
it's good for pale European skin.
Doesn't get you laid like it does in the movies, though. I'll tell you that.
That is for sure. Yeah. And this movie took place in like fucking central Romania somewhere. Yeah.
Now
yeah, bit of
Vikings
a-
are big. It's like they just pick a thing. It'll be like
Next, it'll be westerns. Something. They
Dude,
just
that Viking show had me so fucking thrown off. The one that's on Netflix is probably the one you were referring to.
well, there's the original one, and I think there's another one.
Valhalla or
Yeah,
something?
Valhalla.
I was watching that, and there was a they had a bunch of different characters that are introducing in the first couple episodes, and one of them's like coming in on a ship, and it turns out to be like an older black woman. I'm like, what are we? What? I was like, wait a second, what is?
Came a long way.
Yeah. But I looked it up, and like the name that they gave her, it was based on an actual like Norwegian fucking like high up guy, and I was just like, oh, I thought they were actually like, was there really a black woman in Viking time?
That would have been interesting
Yeah.
if it was true.
Speaking, you're like, guys, what are we doing here?
I like a show or a movie. I'm into like the more that are kind of not like fully real, but like like the vampire movie. It's like at least based in realistic type of settings. It's not
Yeah.
like what do you call it? I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Not like mythical type of shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's like real.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
They
I'm.
put it in like a realistic setting.
Yeah,
like you said.
yeah. But, Graham, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough life being a vamp, dude.
It really does. You can't go out in the daytime.
Anybody you have sex with, they always wind up killing.
And its schedule's got to be really like tight. Like you got to be in.
Well, they
on
don't
time.
sleep, right? Vampires don't sleep.
Well, they sleep during the day. I assume in the coffin upside down.
What did they do in the movie? Did they sleep?
Yeah, inside a coffin. It's a little different. Nosferatu is like a little different than Dracula, but it's based on the same thing. So there's subtle differences.
Is it modern?
It was in like
Dracula?
1880 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I
one of
like
those.
that.
It's set.
It's
to
a good
like-
vampire time.
Yeah, it is. Everyone's out wearing like black suits and top hats. Like they all just look fucking
The
creepy.
architecture's
I
just
could get
automatically
into that,
gothic.
dude.
Yeah.
I could get into a vampire movie.
That's actually a good. I would definitely recommend. It's not a weird like vampire like fake type of thing. It was obviously it's fake, but
And Johnny Depp's daughter is really hot.
yeah, she's a fucking piece
Is
too. Yeah.
Well, Johnny
Yep.
Depp is a hot woman. I got to imagine he gave birth to a
Listen,
hot
call me crazy.
woman.
Hot take. Amber Heard's pretty hot too.
Yeah.
Call me old fashioned, but beat me up and shit on my bed. Ooh.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
It was the
Yeah.
funniest part of the deposition. He's like, "That was not a dog shit."
He's cracking up.
Yeah, with his
Holding in
weird
his
Johnny
laugh.
Depp accent.
I loved in that trial how the one lawyer tried making one of their witnesses seem like he was just there for 15 minutes of fame, and she called him out for it. And she's like, "Are you just here because you're trying to use this as a spotlight opportunity?" He's like, "Is that why you're defending Amber Heard?"
Yeah. Yeah, there was some huge put down moments in that whole trial. It was so.
Such an LA trial.
And then like
yeah.
there was the photos where she was posing with herself and with the napkin,
Yeah.
just like posing for
It was
the
pretty
camera.
crazy. I mean, like
Pausing.
that was a huge part of that lawsuit. Is like she put out. I think did they find out that she used fake makeup for like that picture specifically?
I remember someone talking about
Then
that.
they wrote up an entire article in like People magazine saying like how she survived the abuse of Johnny Depp, and then I think that was like one of the first straw that broke the camel's back, where he's like, You just
Not only
put out there to everybody that I did this, and it's just completely not true.
and the opposite was true.
Yeah.
She was crazy.
Right.
So at least what it seemed like.
It definitely did, dude. I mean, some of the recordings of her just being like, he's like, you almost sliced my finger off, and her being like, so what? Yeah, like it's what we do. Like,
It's what we
we're
do.
violent, you know, when we care about something. I'm like, yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
I think a few months after the trial, she got caught in Spain shitting on the street.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Just shitting in the middle of the street?
That's just the thing she does, apparently.
Just total bridesmaid
She was
style?
caught.
Just fucking-
She was caught on like a street cam, and like they zoom in, and like she's squatting,
Nuh-uh.
like out drinking, and like that she had nowhere to go. That's what she
Holy
did.
shit, that's incredible.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit me once, dude. Shame on me. So she just
Good
has
luck,
this weird
Spain.
kink of being like, if I have to shit, I'll do it wherever
I will do
need
it
to.
wherever I want.
That is
Right on some fucking cobblestone. Damn. Paparazzi's trying to find her, and it's like the fucking
Man,
CCTV's got her.
I wish they brought that out in the trial. They're like, Your Honor, that's ridiculous. I've never shit in somebody's bed. They're like, bring out Exhibit 2, and it's just her shitting in the street somewhere. And they're like, you've had a history of actually doing this. And she's
Yeah.
like, I can explain.
We're in the middle of a busy intersection.
Yeah. It's a shame, man. She was gorgeous. I mean, still is. Just kind of ruined her career.
Yeah, yeah. I saw. You guys watched that new Jerry Springer documentary on Netflix?
I saw that it was on there, but
Fuck
no.
yeah, I watched it already. It's
Any
incredible.
good?
It is good because there's a lot of stuff in there I don't think people would know. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. The producers, it's them telling the stories of all the things that happen.
So he was what, originally mayor and then got fired because he wrote a bad check to a hooker or something?
Yeah, he wrote a bad check to a prostitute, and she like went to the news about it, I think. But he was the mayor of Cincinnati. He was also like a TV anchor, like on the news there. And then he just up and moved to Chicago, and he's like, I'm gonna start a talk show. And there was 1,000 talk shows in the 90s, you know, like Ricky Lake, Oprah, all these different ones, and they were all the same format. Some guys just like what Tim Dillon did on his Netflix thing. Some guy with a microphone's just walking up and down aisles, and it's just people. It was before it got raunchy,
Right.
But then they were like, our
So
ratings.
originally it wasn't like that?
Originally wasn't like that. Originally he was pretty close and tight with Oprah and everything. And then he started like, I think they had one episode
He's
where
like, we got to amp this up, guys.
yeah, like they hired a guy, an executive producer who used to work at a tabloid in New York, who was just running insane stories, and he brought that to Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer was like a nice guy. He's like, I'm just the face of it out here. The producers were the ones that did all the storylines.
Oh, but he just was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So
He just went with it?
He just went with it. He kind of just, this is the show. I just try and it was never about helping people. It's just like we bring them on here and we let them air it out with our supervision, basically.
They must have brought in some like WWE Bride era guys.
The first couple.
So it was all scripted, right? Like
No, it wasn't. No, there was a lot
So-
of people who were saying like
Jerry, like those people were legit sometimes?
the stories they would call in, and they actually showed a map from Ohio down into Kentucky.
No way.
In the middle of the country there, 75% of all guests in the show's history came from this little circle that they called the Jerry Circle. And it was like, fucking hillbilly central. They would call in, they would say their story, they'd go on the show.
I always assumed they were just
It
like
wasn't
actors.
It wasn't scripted. They were coached by the producers.
Gotcha.
They were like, you really gotta like amp this up. They wined and dined them a little bit. They would like send them a car to get to the airport, take them out to go out drinking and partying all night. Then they would record the next day. They would film their show, but like the producers are like, hey, we
They
just
did
did all
what?
this nice stuff for you. Like,
Yeah, they're like, come on, you got to make this a good show.
you're gonna make
It
it.
does
Get
sound
them all
like a
pissed
sweet
and, like,
deal.
hungover.
Yeah.
So that they're all amped up.
Yeah. And then it
You
just
know what? Fuck you. I've been slept all
yeah,
night.
they just haven't slept all night. They're still hopped up on Colt 45.
Good strategy.
Yeah, they just got them
You want
fucking
to get people
hammered.
fighting, take them out, wake them up early next day, be like, yeah, we're going to stick some cameras in your face and bring up some bad shit that you guys
Yeah.
didn't want us to talk about.
Maybe
Wha-
not the best business ethics, but
Could
gotta do
you
what gotta do.
imagine that being your role though? Is that you're a producer on a show and you got to wine and dine just fucking white trash from Kentucky?
I could actually specifically seen you getting into that exact business. Like, I
Like-
feel like
That's
you
when
would be-
you've made it.
you would be perfect for that, dude.
I would be perfect. Like take them to Waffle House. I'd be like, here's
You'd
a
be
look at this. Look at this. I was like, go up to that really
Yeah.
fucking.
She just slapped him.
She'd go up and slap him in the back of the face.
You would love it.
Yeah, I'd make coffee for everybody. It'd be a good fucking time,
Mm-hmm.
dude. No, that's how it started. It was all of that. They had one episode that kind of gave them the taste of it. They started doing it more. Then the one episode that kind of went over the top was a guy that wanted to marry his horse on the show.
Oh, man.
And they were like, this isn't real. And they literally brought out a pony, and the guy starts tonguing it down on TV.
Ew, really?
Yeah, and it got banned from the air, so you hardly see it anymore. But like Jerry brought the Klan on to get into an argument with a guy from the like a Jewish Defense League. Yeah, early Jerry, he had the Klan. They got into full blown fist fights on stage, and then they had to pull back a little bit.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I had to pull back a little bit. We had the Klan on.
He had to pull back after there was a guest that.
Dude, the difference between '90s TV and today.
Yeah.
Like, imagine.
Dude, that type of TV, I don't even think it would make kids blink today. They'd be like, I saw better shit on TikTok earlier.
Yeah,
Like, I
right.
saw a guy get shot in the head 5 seconds ago, and you're this like, it'd be hard to compete.
Right.
You can just scroll through that shit and see all types.
I love
of
that
stuff.
they're like, we'll bring on the Klan and then a Jewish guy, and we'll just friendly little debate.
Who do you think's right here?
Right. Hey, I know you guys had some stuff to say to each other. Figured this would be the perfect opportunity to air some stuff out.
He brought on some like, black people with the Klan too. He did all types of shit. But there was actually a guest that murdered another guest after the show, and that's when they had to really we can't get into.
That's when they go, guys, we got to start taking this a little bit more seriously.
Yeah, it was some guy that didn't want to get back with his wife, and he ended up murdering her 3 months after they taped it, but the day after it aired. So he got a bunch of shit for that. Never legally held responsible for it, but
Classic producers like, fuck.
yeah. I was pissed the day that because I went to a taping of Springer. I know I mentioned that before. Up in Stamford, they used to tape it there.
My old
That's
roommate went to
crazy.
one too.
It's a good time, dude. The episode before ours, they did 3 tapings in one day. They did one at like 10 a.m., 1 p.m. We were for the 1 o'clock. The 10 a.m. one, they were filming, and they had to bring a hot tub in. It was a lesbian hot tub party or something. We were like, what the fuck?
That's
that
what's
sounds
up.
fucking... I was like, yeah. I came in line. Like, I was standing in line hard as a rock.
Were they hot lesbians?
Oh, yeah, dude. They had the fucking whole... Yeah, it was just like hot lesbians in a hot tub. They had other people come on and like jump in the water with them. It was
I
a
love
whole
that
thing.
that's just the
That's so
episode for the day.
unrealistic. It's never how they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's every Pocono trip I've ever taken.
Today we have hot lesbians in jacuzzi. It's pretty much it. Stay tuned.
But the episode that I saw taping, I forget the name of it, but a like 350-pound woman owned a pizza place with her husband, and he was cheating on her, and she like rolled around in pizza dough and tomato sauce and anchovies, and it's like, I made myself into a human pizza. I thought
How do
that
they pitch that to these people where they're like, look, I know you're going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
Here's what we're thinking. We're going to bring out a giant pizza.
I
Got a lot of dough.
I think it was like the TV court shows where like friends started suing each other.
Yeah.
I think people were like, hey, they're going to pay us. They're going to fly us out. Like, we don't got to get back to our job at Whataburger till next Sunday. Do you want to just go to Connecticut?
Yeah, they're like, oh, cool, get on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it turned into. But I knew
I
that
love that Jerry just kind of went with it. He was like, dude, fuck it. Like, this is where my career's gone.
dude, I was so mad in the showroom because you know how at the end of the show he'd go around and hand people a microphone and you can roast whoever's on stage. I didn't even think of anything. Like I was so immersed in the show. I was like, I can't believe I'm watching Jerry Springer fucking people fight each other live.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of like a joke to say at the end. Some lady that had was bald because she had cancer said something about a black woman on stage, and the black woman said right back to her, she's like, "Bitch, you gonna be fucking dead in 2 months." I was like, okay, this can't be scripted. There's no way somebody responded. Like
Right.
she took it. Whatever she said was about the situation. If it was made up, like if she was that good of an actor, she would not be on the Jerry Springer show.
Right.
There's no fucking way. So yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, it was a pretty good time. Yeah.
I love that Jerry's just going to be like, all right, guys, we'll be right back.
Jerry's final thought.
They even have a spin-off.
Just
Steve
joke.
got his own show.
What's that?
Oh,
His-
yeah,
his
Steve-
bodyguard.
Steve Wilkos.
Yeah.
He had a serious one.
I
though.
forgot he
Was it
started out
serious?
on Jerry Springer.
His was a serious one.
His was like, guys,
Like Dr. Philish?
yes.
Yeah, very Dr. Philish. He had to pretend to get mad and he'd throw a chair and he's like, this big, Steve Austin.
Yeah, it was like a
looking guy.
mixture of like Dr. Phil and Scared Straight.
Yeah. Get this jacked bodyguard who just gets in your face. You think molesting your mother's fun? He starts screaming at people.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, and then Maury, of course. I mean, how could you talk
Remember
about
Maury, man?
I remember coming home from school, grade school, and putting on Maury. Or if you were
was-
at homesick, that Maury was on.
When you were the homesick TV show to watch was Maury.
Yeah.
That was always what you.
You're like, I'm sick, but these people,
Yeah. 'Cause
I don't
we
have it
didn't
that
cable.
bad.
We didn't have cable, so you had like 7 channels.
Oh, yeah.
So Maury was really the best that you could.
PHL 17 or
Oh,
WB
yes,
or whatever
exactly. I
it was.
think
Yeah.
it's
Not having cable for children in the 90s was dangerous.
Yeah.
It was dangerous because if
That's
you had, if
all
you
you'd
had,
watch.
3, 6, 10, 17, we had nothing.
if you had cable, you at least had Nickelodeon, you
Yeah.
had some Cartoon Network.
To
Without
attract us, to not trash TV.
Yeah, right.
Without it, you're watching Judge Judy or Jerry Springer.
I remember as a kid watching an episode of Maury, and the whole premise of it is they had a bunch of trannies come out
Hell yeah.
that were like really sexy
Oh,
women.
I remember this.
So they mixed it with like actual women, and then you had to guess which one's actually a man. But they were all super fucking hot. So they'd come out one by one, and you'd be like, no fucking way, this chick's so hot. And then they would like flip a card and be like,
Man.
she's got a penis. Oh my God, I'm sick. You'd feel like you're like 10 years old. Like, am I gay? What does that mean? You couldn't even fathom what that meant.
But the funniest part about that episode is like they were asking the audience members what they thought, and like they were getting like pumped up. They're like, "Yo, I'm taking you out, sweetie," and
Yeah.
like,
Oh my
and then the
God.
reveal,
They would get dudes horned up.
right?
They'd be
And like,
"No way,
and it
dude."
was always like the best tranny, like the top tranny
Yeah,
that they would get them horned up for, and they'd be like, "You're gay."
It is crazy what the shows that you could watch, like just daytime TV trash at home, because like I could be homesick. I think I was homesick maybe once or twice, where mom would come into the room checking, "Are you feeling okay?" And all you see on TV is, "I do drugs, I have sex, I'll do what I want." Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were watching, dude. Anytime you were homesick, it was all shows like that. It was Jerry Springer, it was Maury.
Yeah.
That's like what we were working with back
Yeah,
then.
if anything, at least make you at least motivated to do something in life. Like they should have shown that in school. I should have put it on as a substitute teacher. Like, you guys want to end up like some of these bozos?
Yeah.
Got to say bozos. Can't curse in front of the kids.
If anything, it definitely motivated you to be like, all right, I think that this crack thing they're talking about is bad.
Yeah, think this having sex thing is terrible. I'm gonna hold off till I'm 30.
Right.
Yeah.
See, the worst Maury episodes were the one paternity test ones where the girl had been on the show like 4 times previously,
Yeah,
and
she's
they're like,
back.
she's like, "I just got one more person. This is gonna be the father," and like, no, it's not. This isn't him either.
I love the premise of that. If that was real, like Spring was, and not necessarily scripted, where it's like multiple times being like, I have truly no fucking idea whose baby this is. I got to bring out like 7 people and let's get to the bottom of this thing.
What is the time period in which they're trying? Like, is it a 4-week period, a 3-week period? Like, is there a they're trying to narrow it down? They're just like, well, like it could be.
right.
Like-
Like how many partners are you considering? But like within how many people you've slept with in the last month, the last year?
It is so funny just because it's
Oh,
like
Graham, I'm sorry, are we boring you, dude?
he's just like fuck. He's like, I know who my
He's
parents
relaxed.
He's been
Sin.
watching too much Jerry Springer, dude. He's hopped up.
are. Yeah.
He's relaxing.
Yeah.
Relaxing,
Graham,
bro.
put your dick away. You're gonna be on Jerry Springer pretty
Yeah,
soon,
bro,
dude.
don't be fired up.
Yeah, it's like you could also just do a paternity test at your local clinic or
You're
doctor's
like, nah,
office.
people need to see this.
Yeah, we got to go to Connie Chung's husband.
Yeah, I remember there was always this one cuck guy who would come on. It was the same situation.
Yeah.
This girl would come on multiple times.
I'm gonna be the father
and
no matter what.
He wanted to be, and he
Oh,
never
yeah.
was. He was just like, and they both
The
like,
nice,
cried.
and then it would be the white trash douchebag wearing a wife beater. Fuck you! It's not my kid. And like and then he'd be like, "All right, I guess I'll step up."
That was like such a moment in time of cultural history of Maury literally being like, "You are not the father," and then just a bunch of like black dudes and white trash dudes just dancing like, "Oh shit!"
That if they said they are the father, they get up and they're like, "No, I'm taking another test." How many people just did not want to be the father of some bimbo's kid?
Yeah.
Holy
Check-
shit!
Is Maury still around?
He's still alive. I saw somebody sent me a clip of from his official Instagram page. I thought it was like a parody somebody made of a Maury Show clip. And I'm watching it. I think Jim or maybe Boss Man sent it to me. I'm watching it. I'm like, there's no way this is real. It was on the official Maury channel. some woman on Maury saying like about how she gave birth to her daughter and she did it in like the bathroom at a rest stop because she felt an arm coming out of her vagina, and she's like, so I know this piece of shit ain't the father of my wonderful daughter, but like all this stuff, and then the guy I think ends up being the father. But I'm just like, this is an actual clip that the Maury Show put out on Instagram.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Still after it. Still getting after it.
He's still after it. He's in his 80s. Jerry
Still having a
Springer
good
died.
time.
So
Yeah.
Springer died. Maury's still around. I think his wife Connie Chung is still around.
What about
Remember her?
Ricky Lake? Well, she was like semi-trashy, right?
Yeah, she went almost the same route as Jerry Springer did.
Yeah.
Where like
Seems like it's how a lot of them started.
it's almost as if the form of entertainment, the trashier it gets, the more eyeballs it gets.
For sure.
Yeah.
The more confrontations and issues there are. I think the same thing happened on the Ricky Lake show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that has never stopped in culture. I mean, look at Jake Paul, TikTok. Like, there's just all sorts of people that just capitalize on, like, this is what people like checking
confrontations and that. Remember bum fights?
Yes, dude, that shit was.
What was that World Star?
horrible.
Those videos
The
got
World
on
Star
World Star
fights?
all
Yeah.
the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, World Star's still a
Horrible
thing
stuff.
too. Yeah, this guy would just like pay these like homeless people to fight. Yeah, I remember he had one guy. He went up to a PT
my
Cruiser
God.
with a brick and just broke every window with people in the car at a traffic light, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil brought him on, and Dr. Phil's like, "I don't even want to talk to you. Leave my set." Like,
Kicked him off.
yeah, he kicked him off within a minute of meeting him.
Isn't it funny that Dr. Phil and Joe Rogan are like buddies?
It is.
It's
yeah.
so
They
funny.
just like vacation together.
Yeah. Dude, in the last few years, so many celebrities all of a sudden became like these big political activists just like in the last couple years.
Yeah.
Everybody had to pick a side, it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like they came to Dr. Phil. They're like, listen, you got to pick a side. And
Yeah.
he put on his cowboy hat and he went to one side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. This-
It's just crazy how much more political the world is in general
Yeah.
Oh,
than
yeah.
it used to be.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't even know what political affiliations my parents were growing up. They never, really said anything.
Yeah, we had like a rough idea. Like,
I remember people talking about it, and it was never divisive. Like, I remember people could have conversations about it, and they're just like, yeah, that's interesting. Like, if you heard your parents talking about politics, it was never...
now
the
it's
way
like
that
the
it's talked
Eagles
about now.
Cowboys every fucking 4 years.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it seriously is.
I remember, I think I've told this on the podcast before, but when we went to St. Rose, they did a thing during one of the presidential elections where you would come in dressed, we'd have a dress down day because we went to Catholic school, so you usually wore uniform, and you would dress down for the presidential election in either blue or red for who your household was voting for.
Oh,
Can you
man.
imagine if they did that today?
Oh, dude, if they did that today, all fucking hell would break
Yeah.
loose.
And it was like just totally normal, friendly. Nobody batted an eye. It was like, oh yeah, my house is Democrat, my house is Republican.
Dude, that's wild because I don't even remember. I couldn't tell you what some of my teachers, like what their political affiliations were. Nowadays, I'm sure it's blatantly obvious.
And you were like a second grader just walking around like,
Yeah.
Republican.
Yeah.
I had no fucking idea what that even meant.
Yeah, I didn't know most of the stuff my dad or my mom were saying around the house. Like, I didn't, sway
Yeah,
it.
you're
It was
just
just like,
a lot of slurs, but
Yeah, it's like I would never vote for a black guy. Other than that, like, there wasn't really anything
Yeah.
of substance.
Yes,
Yeah.
as a kid, you were just like, Mom, I want to wear the blue shirt.
yeah, you were just like, I like blue.
Yeah. It wasn't really a huge thing back then.
Crazy.
Huh.
What's going on in South Jersey? We have any?
The big talk of the town right now. Talking about the Eagles. I got my Eagles set. You guys got enough fucking.
No, just just rocking some green.
Bad boy of the week this week. The guy at the Eagles game.
Yes.
Did you see that?
clip?
No.
Oh fuck, dude. This
What I miss?
Did you know the general? Like, what was the general context of that? Because I've
Dude.
seen some stuff.
I saw some stuff that came out after that added a little more context to it.
Yeah. So explain. Bitch.
So-
break down what you've seen.
What I first saw was a video of basically the 300 level at Lincoln Financial of a Packers fan, a guy videotaping his fiance, who's a girl in Packers gear, and behind them is this older guy in the row behind them wearing Eagles beanie, all Eagles stuff, and he's just yelling at them from the row behind them, and he's calling. She's like cheering because they got down towards the goal line, and he's like, "It's not a touchdown yet, bitch! You dumb cunt! Yeah, they didn't score yet." This older guy's screaming
saying
at this
horrible
girl.
shit.
He's saying like terrible stuff to her from behind. So they post the video of it. The guy that took the video shared it online. The Eagles responded and said that they were going to get her like Packers gear or something like that. They were going to be doing something for them. Turns out
that guy got fired from his job, by the way.
Guy got fired from his job because they saw the video. He posted something and said that there is more context to it than what the video showed, because obviously it's coming from the guy that was doing all this. You'll have to correct me if you saw something different. What I saw after the fact, days after it happened, probably just yesterday, I saw this. Apparently, the guy that was taking the video has a pretty good YouTube and TikTok following, and he created a GoFundMe that he asked his supporters to send money towards, so that he could go to an Eagles game wearing Packers gear. And he said in there, I've done this before, all this stuff. And he, I think videotapes this type of stuff and instigates a little bit, has a following online. And he's like, I'm going to go into the Lions Den wearing opposing team's gear and go there and just kind of, he was saying, I'm going into the Lions Den. He didn't say he was going to do something, but he was clearly going there to entrap this guy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, what he was doing, was that right? No, but this guy basically...
Yeah, so basically he went in to instigate and see what would happen. But that is the context that I'm sure I'd love to hear from that other dude. Okay, what was he even saying? But still, no matter what, you calling a woman a dumb cunt, dude, this doesn't matter.
Keep it in the household.
What was said.
Yeah.
And he's also, why are you yelling at the girl? I would assume it was the dude, if he was instigating stuff, that was saying stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably a pussy, and he's like, you say it because he'll beat me up.
Right. Yeah, because that's the other thing. The fact that this guy is calling your girlfriend a dumb cunt and you're just videotaping and doing nothing, you absolute pussy. That's a huge side of the coin that people should take a look at.
It's why do you think he's just sitting there?
Can you
he's
imagine
like,
someone just calling your wife a dumb cunt and just sitting there and be like, okay, man.
Been there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's from coming out of your mouth. Right?
Yeah, that's coming out. I'm saying it, and no one's arguing with me about it. So
it's just you yelling at yourself in the mirror,
just screaming.
You dumb cunt.
Just practicing.
Yeah, doing it different
for dinner.
pitches.
What's for dinner? Hi. What's for dinner? You go back in the mirror.
Fucking dumb cunt. Yeah.
Get out there and say something.
It was funny when they grabbed the guy's. They found his email and his phone number online too. But all the things they were screenshotting showed the little open to work thing on LinkedIn. That's what they were grabbing from his professional social network.
That sucks. What that guy do for a living?
I don't know, but
if he was in the 300 level, probably not enough.
You know what I saw that he was in? He was in a DEI department in HR. I saw somebody comment. I don't know if it was a joke, but I saw a comment.
That has to be a joke.
It would be incredible if he worked in HR.
Because he would be really bad at his job.
And he showed, hey, no, we got to separate the art from the artist. What you do on the weekend is your own business.
It's true.
Right.
But yeah, he's definitely earned Bad Boy of the Week. I feel like we cover that every single week, no matter what.
Classic. You're going to the Lions Den in Philly, man. You got exactly what you expected.
Yeah. And
if you come again this Sunday, that's probably going to happen with a completely different person.
Well, hopefully the Eagles hire this guy who lost his job.
Yeah, he's going to be the next director of PR.
Right.
Yeah. He's just going to be standing next to Big Dom.
Yes, on the sideline. They gave him a pass to get on the sideline, sitting down there with Mike Trout and Big Dom. Yeah, the Eagles are going to be going in the Lions' Den if they win this weekend. That's going to be a little...
So we play, the Chargers this Sunday?
The Rams.
The Rams, sorry.
Yeah.
Not the Chargers. I'm thinking L.A.
Yeah.
So Chargers. At 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock?
Yeah, they play at 3 this Sunday. And
let's go, man. I feel pretty decent about that. I mean...
I was so surprised the Rams smoked the Vikings like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Although, did we play the Rams in the regular season this year?
Yeah.
Did they carve us up?
No, we beat the shit out of them in the regular season. Yeah.
I can remember. Their one receiver is really fucking good.
They have two. They have Nakua and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I mean, Cooper Kupp's still a legend.
What's the other dude?
Cooper Kupp. They have a
Puka
couple
Nakua.
That dude's...
What's his name?
Puka Nakua.
Puka Nakua?
Yeah, I think he's Hawaiian. Puka Nakua.
I would fucking hope so.
Such a cool fucking name, dude.
Doesn't sound Dutch.
It really is such a cool name.
That is pretty sweet.
That dude's a beast.
Yeah.
It just flows, that name.
Yeah, he's
Puka
a beast,
Nakua.
man. He's one of those guys that is just always open. Always
Yeah.
finds a way to get himself open, get some yak.
Yeah, Wes Welker, not Wes Welker, fucking Cooper Kupp. I got I have my favorite wide receivers. James Thrash, Wes Welker, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Chad Smith was a great tight
Julian
end.
Edelman.
Todd Pinkston. Yeah, well, Todd Pinkston sounds like he'd be
That's
one of my
funny. You can throw him
wide
in there.
receivers. Yeah, we'll throw him
Todd
in.
the Bod.
Yeah, old Fred X.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my favorite kind of guys. So just good athletes, nothing
Danny
else.
Amendola.
Yeah, Amendola. Yeah, nothing else about them. Just good, hardworking athletes. Yep.
Anything else going on in South Jersey?
Let me see if I can find some stuff around. I got so.
Well, I have that one story that I was mentioning.
Oh yeah, what?
Middletown.
Oh yeah, Middletown. Tee
That's
that
the
one
most
up.
wild shit I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
You need to re-explain that to me.
Yeah,
So
re-explain this
there
one.
was a teacher. I saw an article in Middletown, New Jersey, that was arrested for having sex with her. She's 34. Had sex with her former student and had a child with him. I think the kid was 13 years old that she had a child with.
That's how old he was when she gave birth. to
Didn't
his child.
notice. Didn't get caught until the dad of the kid, like, started noticing. It was like, hey, this lady's 5-year-old son looks exactly like my son. I'm starting to think something weird happened between them.
Yeah.
And they found it out like when he was 18, this kid?
I think they probably found it a few months ago.
Well, yeah, I guess if he was 13 when it happened, then 5 years later, I guess that math would add up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
Incredible.
Somehow the kid and his siblings would go over to this teacher's house and sleep over there like 2 days a week.
It's probably awesome sleepover.
But then she had yeah. I mean, this is literally an Adam Sandler movie. It's called That's My Boy with Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg. It's the exact plot,
That's fucking wild.
and it's a fucking hilarious movie.
It's a comedy though of a teacher banging a teenager.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
it's
When did that come out?
probably like 10, 15 years ago.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that was a fun sleepover.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is crazy. Isn't it funny how the parents were dropping these kids off at the teacher's house, and then they see that her son looks a lot like their daughter or their son. Yeah, it looks like their kid.
Child, yeah.
Yeah, their child. And they're like, wait a second, that teacher we were dropping them off at to sleep over, like something was going on.
Yeah.
Like they were so fucking shocked.
Imagine having a
Jesus.
kid when you're 13 years old.
Yeah, imagine being a 30-something-year-old woman and having teenage boys sleep over your house. The fuck's that about?
I'm
Imagine
confused.
in 2 years if you had a son that was 20 years old.
How do you
Holy
let
shit.
that happen, though? Like, how do you let your child sleep over the
Something-
teacher's house with no other kid? Like, unless she had a kid.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
make sense.
Something weird was going on because then it was like the teacher had custody of the kids after a while.
They were
Like,
living with her for like 4 years, from 2016 to 17 or
so you're
something
like,
like
all right,
that.
what was going on with that?
It was down in Middle Township. It's down it's a really poor area in New Jersey, very drug riddled area. So I don't know what type of shit would be going on, but
What sort of mental fucking bullshit are you going through that like a woman is
yeah, I
having a child with a 13-year-old boy? Like, what the fuck is wrong with
She
I don't
just
even
doesn't
wanna-
like anybody else in her class. I don't know.
no one else got the gold star that week.
I can't express enough how much this literally is the Adam Sandler movie come to life.
we have to watch it. How's
Dude,
cum spelled?
It's so funny. it's a great movie. Yeah, he has a kid and then he grows. It becomes like a viral story. So he becomes like a celebrity when he's like 13 years old, as like this big swinging dick kid, who like is like now the man around town. But then he's a horrible father who names his son Han Solo because he's 13 years old.
What the fuck? How have I never heard of this, Adam Sandler? Is this a Happy
I like the
Madison
premise.
production?
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
Uh-huh.
Well, it didn't quite get the buzz that The Waterboy did.
yeah.
I love The Water Boy. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, so many of them. And now he just has some crazy Netflix deal where he pumps out like 3 or 4 Happy Madison movies a year or something and probably makes like 15, 20 million.
I
Yeah,
hope
I'm
he
still-
doesn't screw up Happy Gilmore 2. I really do.
I would hope the same, but there's no way they're not going to fuck that up.
Can we
I don't know if
stop
there's-
with these 20-year sequels? Why the 20-year gap?
They hit that year, and once they do, they're like, this is our time. And they go out and they redo them.
What's the best? There's never a good comedy sequel.
Hangover 2.
Hangover 2 was horrible.
It was doable just because I loved The Hangover so much. Like
Yeah.
I powered through it. It wasn't really that good. But
Yeah.
no. How about the Dumb 'r Dumber movies?
Horrible.
Some people said those. Let's see.
So bad.
I think on paper, Hangover is the most successful comedy trilogy of all time. Like,
Really?
yeah, because those 3 movies, it grossed the most out of all 3 of them, or all 3 of them together.
Yeah, it's just hard to do it again.
Yeah, just wait till they remake Step Brothers. I will refuse to watch it.
I don't understand. They screwed up Joker too.
They fucked that one up
was
royally.
So bad. Sam and I gave it a chance. We saw it and we're like, you know, how bad could it like? Can we at least sit through it? I know everyone said like, "Oh, this sucks," but I'm like, maybe it's because the expectations were so high going into it. So we put it on and we really gave it an honest try. And within like 45 minutes, I'm like, dude, I don't think I can watch this anymore. This is so bad.
I watched the whole thing, but it was brutal.
It was so bad.
I fucking hate musicals too.
It just
Fuck
made
that.
no sense, dude. Like I don't even mind if they were singing and doing like some good songs throughout, and it kind of made sense with the plot. But I'm like, oh, they're just gonna do this every 2 minutes. They're just gonna have like a weird scene that you don't know if it's really happening or if he's dreaming it, and then you're just gonna sing about it. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was very strange because I'm not huge into all the Marvel DC movies or whatever, but like the Batman ones where Heath Ledger played Joker, like I liked those.
Oh, those were great.
Those ones were great. We actually rewatched them after we saw Joker too, because to get the taste out of our mouth. But
Yeah.
that was a brutal one. But they hit those certain years where it's like, okay, now it's time to remake. They've been remaking Batman movies for fucking ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to have. I will like and prefer a movie that is original. Like at least they try to do something original. Like, you know, instead of just
even
remaking.
if it's in the same world, like what they did with Penguin, that was fucking one of the best shows I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Because it was original. That it's like, you know, they haven't, you know, it's the same world, but they haven't done anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colin Farrell was great.
Killed it. It was so good.
Looks nothing like him.
Yeah. I here's one other South Jersey thing I can bring up. Not a story, but a few weeks ago, me and old Joseph went to he came on over. I forget what we were doing. We weren't just going to go out to a bar because we stopped drinking in January. So I was like, what the fuck can we do? I looked up and I found this place. There's a virtual reality place in a strip mall in Marlton. And we went there for $30. You could go in for 1 hour and put on a headset that's attached to the ceiling, and they give you these things, and you're like in a fucking like virtual reality thing. There's like nothing but like kids in there, and then me and Joey are like, "Hey, we're gonna fucking shoot each other now." Like it was insane.
You
It was a
guys
good
have-
fucking time.
Was
though.
it sweet?
Oh, it was sweet, dude. You just pop a couple edibles, you go in there, and you're like, holy fucking shit. And you play against other people. Like, we were in a thing, like a Western gunslinger game where you can, like,
That's probably awesome.
dude, you're, like, in your own little, like, area, and you have maybe, like, a 15 by 15 space, and you have, in VR, like, barrels in front of you. There's nothing in your room, but you just get beneath them, and you can, like, shoot over top of them and stuff.
Wow.
You're playing against other people. It was pretty sweet. There's escape rooms on it too. Yeah.
So realistic.
Yeah, it was fucking. I was sweating by the end.
The
of it.
amount of time that you guys have on your hands to just be like, let's drop an edible and just go to a VR place.
Dude, that's why we went to the Cherry Hill Mall, got some T-shirts at Spencer's, went to a VR
I
spot.
bet you got that with a
Dude,
bargain.
Yeah, dude. We walked in there, I was playing in this stuff. I was doing my other jeans. I got a hole in the knee because I'm on the ground, just I'm fucking sliding everywhere.
Yeah, I bet that's what it was from.
Yeah. 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 Turns out we were at a gay strip club.
Yeah, there's VR goggles. Is that what they told you?
Yeah. Put on
you were doing
VR goggles
those
and yeah.
Put some dude's dick in your mouth.
Let's be
Oh,
honest.
it's a gun. It's a Western.
Let's be honest. It's probably a go-to with you have VR goggles.
And it's like, oh, is that a water gun?
Yeah, I was playing this game. I was out back doing some yard work, and I had to suck something through a hose.
Anyways, it was crazy.
It
man.
was fucking wild.
All
yeah.
the dudes that worked there were so sweaty.
Yeah, it's a good fucking time. So,
Well, we should probably land this plane because it's getting late in the night.
yeah, Graham's got to fucking get his beauty rest.
I know he's got work tomorrow, so we got to get him to bed.
Yeah.
Sean, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, what's going on? Where are you going to be?
Thanks for
Where can
joining
peop-
us, sir.
Where can people?
Well, thank you
find
for having me.
Well, he
Absolutely.
doesn't have social media, so find him.
In real life, I guess.
Find him
Yeah.
in real life and hanging. Future guests on the pod.
Yeah, hanging and slanging. What's
You're part of the South Jersey Bad Boys universe now, so I
Yeah.
have to have you back.
certified SJBB?
Put some clips up for the ladies.
Hell yeah.
Let him know he's single and he's ready to mingle.
Yeah, we'll start pumping him out there. Wait, so
Gotta-
did you lose weight from not drinking? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that helps.
He stopped drinking and lost like 70 pounds.
Holy
And
shit!
he's been working out like twice a day. and
Got
all
to
that shit.
got to keep up with these dilfs out there now.
These fucking dilfs are ruin all our good times.
Legit, got. How much weight did you lose?
Like 50.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I was gonna ask what dive bar can people most likely find you in, but I don't
Yeah.
think these days.
Yeah.
Completely soaps.
Fuck. Where would it be though? The old rail.
Rail, you could probably find me
The
in.
rail, yeah. What do you?
And are you doing sober a couple months?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get to St. Patrick's Day this year. Usually I start out every year, and I'm like, let me see if I can get to the end of January.
Yeah.
Then it was Valentine's Day. Now it's fucking St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do that fucking holiday sober. Fuck that.
Yeah. Respect.
How about you? Are you just doing January or what?
I'm just trying to not drink during the week. That's my goal.
Are you gonna slam some bottles of Merlot on Saturdays?
Yeah, probably. I'm just gonna try to keep it to 1 day a week.
Yeah.
One day's good.
You know,
That's good. Yeah.
just go crazy 1 day a week.
Trying to do that in the intermittent fasting. That's usually pretty easy. I'll just not
Yes.
eat from 8 p.m. to noon the next day.
Dude, I'm the heaviest I've ever been right now.
Same
With,
here.
I'm like 185.
Yeah.
So I usually hover around like 170, 175. All of a sudden, I just didn't even notice. But I'm like, dude, I gained like fucking 10 pounds, right? So the past couple days, the only adjustments I've made, like I've been working out and stuff. The only adjustments I've made were, not drinking during the week and just not stopping eating after 6:30 p.m.
After 6:30, how long do you go?
And then I'll eat at like 8 or 9 a.m.
Oh,
So it's like a
okay, yeah.
12-hour fast maybe.
Yeah.
3 days I've been doing it for, I've lost 6 pounds.
Oh, man.
So
Damn.
the only adjustment I made is just stop eating after 6:30 p.m.
You just stop drinking a case of Keystone Light at
Yeah.
night. Like, that's
So-
what you got to do.
I think a couple more days and I should be good.
Yeah,
should be
dude.
back down to my goal weight.
There you go.
You'll have your Atlantic City beach body ready by May this year. Yeah, dude. So, speaking of drinking, we can't even do it. Fuck. Maybe we'll do it Saturday at the old Elks Lodge.
That's right, dude. So that's the next gig we have coming up. Me, you, and Smur.
And
It's
old
real
Billy
comedy.
Chang.
Bill Chang, can't wait to see
You
him.
took a little break from comedy, right, Dan, for a little bit?
Oh, yeah, dude. I've been fucking whacked over the head the last fucking... I mean, I've been doing the shows and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I haven't been out at the open mics with these fucking dilfs.
Well, yeah.
Gotta swing back into it.
Getting back in there, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I have
It's tough out in the streets.
stuff out there. It's hot out there for a pimp. Hard out there, hot out there. I think I've been saying hot out there, thinking I misheard the lyric or the phrase. I think it's hard out there for a pimp. But no, I got that. We got the old.
Yeah, look at Diddy. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Buttery
yeah, we got that
nips.
this Saturday.
Got that this Saturday. What else you got going on?
Got some dates coming up in February, some more co-headlining stuff. But just go to BrendanDonegan.com. That's where I have all my dates. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hell yeah. I got that. What else? A couple other shows coming up. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be right around the corner from here with old Vince Valentine for a fundraiser in a couple
Fuck
weeks.
yeah.
Hell
VV,
yeah.
man.
Audubon Community Center or some shit. Road C or something. What the fuck is going on in that town?
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Love Vince.
So, yeah, it'll be a good time. So, we'll be all in and around. Give us a call, 856-617-4626. Cindy doesn't call us back anymore. Rest in peace. We wish you the best. We'll see you next time.
Peace.